Hi, beautiful friends. Welcome back to Seeking Out Sunshine in another video. Today, we are going to be looking at what I have going on at my art table and work a little bit in one of the books. So, this week, I have played a little bit with the page that we started a few weeks ago, the jellyfish page. So, if you saw that video, you saw me use the Gansey Tambi granulating watercolors to do the entire background. And this week I've just kind of started going in with some Prismacolors and a little bit of gel pen to start that next layer. And I'm really enjoying how it's turning out. One thing I'm trying to decide right now is if I want to bring another pop of color in besides the blues and the purples. Kind of debating about some pinks right now. So not quite sure. Maybe even not pink and green. I don't know. I'm at a loss right now. I kind of stopped and I thought I'm going to take a break from it and then I'll come back. But I am enjoying the next layer. I think this is going to be a really fun page when it is done. I think her pages challenge me to think outside the box a little bit because they are so detailed and you just have to look at the spaces in a new way. So that's great. That's what we're here for, is learning and growing all the time, right? So that is the jellyfish page that I'm working on. The next page I started because Jamie over at Finding Joy in Color put her hashtag for the month for Yummy Year of Color, and it is the pineapple. And I had colored a fruit page last month, my lemon and orange page, and I thought, why not tackle the pineapple page for this hashtag? So last month was my first month I did some hashtags, and it was a lot of fun. I really felt like it gave me more connection to this coloring community and allowed me to branch out in some new ways, which I'm just kind of getting my feet wet in all of this, but it's also been a lot of fun to meet new people in this community and converse and just share our love of coloring and creating together. So I am looking forward to having a few more planned pages this month to do just that. And this will be one that I hopefully finish for Jamie's hashtag. And then, of course, you see the little color palette that I chose for this one. I'm kind of going back and forth between a Neocolor 2 background or trying out my Crayola Super Tips in more of a watercolor format. But stay tuned. I don't know about this one yet, but if anybody has this book and would like to color along with me on this, let me know. That would be a lot of fun. Next, I am going to dive into my first Mythographic book. I have 3 of these books, have yet to color in them, and I just felt like, hey, it's June, wild summer, this is the time. And I am going to join, I think it's Lauren and Maria with their hashtag that they have, Mythographic Collective June 26th, I think. So it's Lauren at Lauren Reed Color and then Maria at Color Mother of 3. And they have a page that they actually selected for this month. And it's this adorable panda page in the watermelons, perfect for summer. So I'm going to try to tackle that page. And then they also have a few scavenger hunt items, and I believe that you just find those on a page. If I am wrong in this, please let me know in the comments. But one of the scavenger items is shorts, and the little boy in this page has shorts on, and I thought this would just be a really fun summer page. I kind of want to play with this water a little bit, but this is the color palette that I have selected for this one. So those are going to be some pages that I want to start at least one of these this week. I'm kind of debating if I want to do alcohol markers. I do love that these are single-sided, so that is an option. But then I've also thought about my Inktense, getting those back out. I haven't used those. I didn't use those at all last month. So kind of want to get back into those and play with those a little bit more. But yeah, stay tuned for that. We'll probably color some of this together, I'm sure. But the book that I want to work on with you this week is Dr. Seuss, Oh, the Places You'll Go. This is a new book that I saw on Maya's channel at Colored by Maya. She is somebody who is always inspiring me to get new things. I'm going to formulate a hashtag that says Maya made me do it. Hashtag Maya made me do it. So thank you, Maya, always for inspiring me to try new things and get new things. But this was available on Book Outlet for like a really great price. And I just love Dr. Seuss. I grew up with Dr. Seuss. I was a teacher, an elementary teacher for several years before I had children. And we did a lot with Dr. Seuss books. And it just feels very nostalgic. And so thought it would be fun to color in this book. But I wanted to try out this paper. It feels like it is a pretty solid quality. So I thought we would try some watercolors on the title page. And that would just give me an opportunity to kind of see how they perform and what to do in the rest of this book. If you haven't seen this book before, I can just do a quick little flip so you can kind of see it. I do believe it is still available on Book Outlet, but if you are unable to order from Book Outlet, I do believe it is available on Amazon as well. So cute, lots of fun, just a space that you can be free and whimsical with some of your color choices and not feel like you have to be so realistic all the time. But even in realistic pages, we don't have to stay realistic. We can do whatever we want, and I think that's the beauty about coloring. I love how there's some very detailed pages, but then there's just some big spaces to try some new techniques. I think Maya even did some like paper collaging and some really cool things. You'll have to check out some of the pages that she's done in her books because she just is incredible. Like she's so creative, such an artist. She did this page. It was awesome. Like just so many cool ideas. But yeah, lots of fun. So yes, we're going to work in this book. I probably am going to stay true to the cover of the book, the original book, of how the colors are, but thought I'm going to decide what blue color we're going to use. So I have a couple CSY sets that we could choose from. I think this pistachio blue is, I don't know if it's supposed to be pistachio. I don't know. It came like this. Pistachio blue or this royal blue would work really nice. But I also have this set that I have not tried yet, and it is they're Rubens, but they're pearlescent painting pigments. So I kind of want to test some of these out and see if any of these would work. I mean, I'm guessing this one's probably going to be the closest, but I kind of want to test all three of these blue ones. So let's do that first and see if there's one that we like, and then we can start with the words on that page. Okay, so like I said, I have not tested these at all. I don't know how they perform. I don't know anything about them. So I'm going to go ahead and just get them saturated with some water here. And we'll kind of see what we think. So this was one of the smaller sets when I got these a while back, but they have larger sets too. So I thought, well, if they become a paint that I love, then that's awesome. But they also give you a really great amount. Okay, we're just gonna, this is just a mixed media paper. We're just gonna, ooh, so pretty. We're just gonna try these out. Oh, those are gorgeous. Okay, that is really pretty. Hope that is coming through on the camera to you guys. So I would say that is more like a turquoise, a blue-green. This looks like it's going to be more of a royal blue color, which the original cover of Oh, the Places You'll Go has more of a royal blue. Yeah, that's really pretty. You can see, I believe it's called mica that's in the watercolor. Pretty good. That's what makes it kind of shimmery. What happens if I add more water? So pretty. All right, let's see this darker blue. And I don't know, I don't believe these have names on them. They just have numbers. So this would be R538 that we're going to try now. Once again, super pretty and shiny, but I definitely think this is the color that we would go with if we were going to select this set. Let's see, I'm going to take one that's dry. And there's no names on the back, so I probably need to spend some time labeling those just so we have an idea. And I obviously need to do a swatch chart for these, but I am not going to do that with you guys today. We do need to decide which blue that we want. Let's just throw these on the page too, and we'll kind of see in comparison to these Rubens which one is going to be the winner. So these CSY paints I absolutely love, but I would say that they are very thirsty. They need a lot of water to perform, and they dry up fast. They like just soak in the water fast. So sometimes that is a little bit of a challenge for me since I'm pretty new to watercolors. Let's try this pistachio blue here. Oh, that's really pretty too. But again, I feel like that has a little bit more of a turquoisey feel. I feel like this color, let me pull down. I printed off the actual, so this is like the cover, how it looks. I really think that this color from the Ruben set is our closest match. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I don't think I'm going to outline in black though. I may use my Ho2 gold pen. If you're curious about that, you'll have to check out my video that's coming out later this week. I almost said you should know, but it won't be out yet. With just the outside lining, I think that might give it a little bit more of a pop. So let's try this one. I'm going to hang this back up. So I have that as a reference. I'm going to move these lovely sets out of the way. Move our little testing page. All right, so definitely want to put some paper back behind here. I have my gravy watercolors sitting here too, just in case we have time to do some other colors. So I do have a plate. I like to move the watercolor onto the plate first. I know I did it just straight from the pan a second ago, but sometimes it's nice to move it from the plate over to the page. And then I think I'm going to get a little bit of a smaller paintbrush. Let's go with, let's see how this one does. This one might be too small, but we will see. So I am just moving the pigment directly from the pan here. You can see that onto the plate. And then I'm going to add a little bit more water once I get some of the pigment on there. And that just gives me a nice amount to work with, especially if you're going to be like mixing colors. You obviously will need a palette or a plate of some sort to mix on. You can get any kind of glass plate. Would work fine if you don't have like an art palette. It's amazing. I see some people doing watercolors and they're so fast, guys. I am not one of those fast colorists. It takes me a while to do a page. I just think there's so much like concentration. And then when I do these videos and I'm talking, I'm like, I realize how much I actually concentrate when I'm coloring. But this is gorgeous. I don't know if it's translating over the camera how beautiful and sparkly this metallic paint is. I definitely am going to look into other paints that this brand has because they're really, really pretty. All right, we almost have a letter done. Congratulations, your first letter is now done. I was watching Artie Alley's video this past week, and I talk about her all the time. You guys, I know this, but she's kind of like the first person in the community that I connected with, and I just feel like we are each other's cheerleaders right now, and I love that. Like it's been so fun to have somebody that I would have never otherwise met be on a coloring journey, something similar to like, what find somebody who has similarities to you across the world. She is on the other side of the globe. Um, we're at very different stages of our life, but yet I find so much inspiration from just her light and her little spirit that she has in every video, her um, ability to show up just as she is. Like, I love that every video she just shows up as she is. And she just inspires me. But she was talking on her video about process and like the final product. Like, which do you enjoy more? Do you enjoy the process of completing the page, or do you enjoy the actual completed page more? And there was so much in her conversation that gave me a moment just to pause and reflect, because I think that I would normally always tell you that I am a process person. Like I color because I love it. And most recently got back into coloring a lot because I needed an outlet in my life to kind of navigate some of the struggles and stresses that had been put in front of me. And I really needed something that was mine again. I think it's easy as moms and as women who wear many different hats for other people to take a back seat to ourselves. And I am definitely bad about that. I'm really good at showing up for everyone else in my life. I am not the best at showing up for myself. And this last year, I've kind of had to have a hard reflection on the importance of me still finding time for myself so that I can show up in the highest capacity for the people I love. And it made me think about sometimes I think I worry so much about the end of an outcome or controlling the outcome, like especially for like when it comes to my kids or like I don't want the people I love to hurt. That's really hard for me to see. So going through what we've been going through with my mom and her Alzheimer's the last several years and watching her and having to surrender to the fact that I have no control over the situation. There is nothing that I can do to make it better, to make it go away, to have it be less heartbreaking. I just have to surrender in the middle of the muck and hang on for the ride. But in that ride, and when I surrender, I am finding that I am growing and connecting in new ways that I would have never done otherwise. And, I get the amazing opportunity to show up for one of my life's heroes as she struggles through this awful disease. And I have to find gratitude in that. I have to find gratitude that I was raised in a family that showed me the importance of family, that showed me how to show up for one another, that showed me the importance of caring about our people. And because I had that amazing example, I now get to reflect that gratitude and that love back to them and help, not only my mom, but my dad, being a full time caregiver now, has a lot of challenges and a lot of sacrifices. And he is absolutely amazing and incredible. And some days I don't know how he does all that he's doing, but he blows me away just with what an incredible human he is. And then my mom blows me away with how brave she is to be in a world that seems so scary and unknown and confusing. And I can't help but believe that the process of what we go through in life is the actual gift. It's where we make the most memories. It's where we make the most connections. It's where we find ourselves in the most messes, right? But man, that's where we grow. Um, so while I love the finished pages, I'm always striving to get that page done. I'm really trying to slow down and be in the now because things go really fast. I was telling my family the other day that I can't believe I only have 3 summers left with my oldest son, and then he will be off, on his own and following his dreams out in the big world. And all I want to do is stop the clock and slow down time because I feel like I just took him to kindergarten. I don't know how we're even here. And what I need to do is instead is just be so ever present in every moment I'm given. Even the hard ones, even the ones that we're still navigating how we transition between, this young person that needs mom for everything to this young man who is starting to navigate things on his own and really can do things that he doesn't need mom for anymore, right? And do things that he can make his own decisions on, and um, also do things that just being like when you're little, you always have to have a parent present and so forth. He doesn't need that anymore. I can drop him off at friends. I can drop him off at you know places to go hang out, and that's just a transition for for me. Is realizing how proud I am that we've gotten to this place, though. How proud I am that we are here, but it does also make me sad that this is where we are, and that little boy is all grown up. But one thing that keeps me sane is that my parents are now two of my best friends, and I know that that's not something we get to choose, but I see how important family is to my boys and what they prioritize. And I truly believe that they will always make family a priority. And I hope that they will make their families that same priority that they have seen kind of modeled for them, that they will put their families as number one. And I hope that we will be included in that process as extended family always. But yeah, so kind of ironic that I went off on that tangent with doing Oh, the Places You'll Go. I actually started a Oh, the Places You'll Go book for each of them when they were in kindergarten that their teachers and people that are important in their life have signed, and that they'll get when they are at their graduation. So that's pretty cool and ironic that this is what we're doing. But yeah, it goes fast if you have little ones. I know you're in the man, the long nights and the days that you think will never end and everything, but the 5 billion questions and the messy houses and the toys all over and all the things. But try to be present in the process. Try to soak it all up and take real snapshots so that you have those memories that you can look back on, in real videos so you can laugh about those with your kids. But man, take snapshot memories in your mind that you will have to go with you, because you really do. It feels like you blink and they are all grown up. I will send one to 10th grade next year and one to 7th grade, and I just don't even know how it's possible. But I'm so proud of the young men that they are growing up to be. They definitely make my mama heart proud, and it's been an honor to watch them with my mom. Not every kid gets to learn empathy at a young age. I do believe empathy is something we learn. I don't believe it's just instilled in us. I think it has to be modeled for us. I think it has to be practiced through real life situations. And they have really had the opportunity to learn what empathy is, to learn what gentleness is and caring is, through having a grandmother that struggles with Alzheimer's, and some days showing up and they she knows who they are, and some days having no clue, and seeing different sides of their grandma that they have, grown to cherish change. And that is something that's really hard as an adult. And I still try to put myself in their shoes to figure out how hard it has to be as a kid to witness that, because she's also one of their very favorite people in the world. But they are doing it and teaching me along the way, which I am so grateful for. They really are my best teachers in life. I wish as a society we would look to our kids a lot more for what we need to learn, because kids just have this instinctual like understanding of the world and how to navigate it, and we don't always give them credit for that. We kind of think that since we've been around longer, we know better, right? And there's sometimes I have to take a step back with my kids and be like, yeah, you're right. Thank you. Thank you for being my teacher. Thank you for helping me look at this from a different viewpoint or a different perspective. And I stand corrected. And that doesn't go with like, oh, your kids just are right all the time or they don't respect you. That is not what I'm saying at all. But I also think it isn't the other way around either, that kids don't get respected till they're adults. Like, they're human beings and they have so much value to add to our world. And sometimes I see a lot of kids just overlooked with what they want to add to a conversation. And I'm so grateful that I have a family and I have friends that value young people and what they can contribute to all of us and how we can learn from them in so many ways. Okay. Super happy with the color choice. What do you guys think? I think it matches so great. Do we like the black outline, or should we add the gold when this dries? Here's the other thing I'm trying to decide, guys. I didn't think I wanted this to be all metallic, but I am kind of just wanting to try all of these paints out. So I think I kind of want to. All right, let's do it. This is the title page. This is where we're supposed to like play and have fun. So we're going to do that. So let's start working on the balloon here. I just need to clean up my plate. If you don't have, I have these I make a lot of like different room sprays and stuff. So you get them in a package on Amazon, but it's been so handy for when I watercolor, just like a little spray bottle. You probably could get something like at the dollar store or something too, but it's just so convenient when you're sitting at your desk and you don't want to continue to get up and get new water. All right, the top part of the balloon is green. Probably need to test a couple of these out. So I'm going to move this out of the way. And let's test out, I think, this one, and this one, and this one maybe. Oh, we'll just do all four. What the heck, right? This one is so pretty. This was that first turquoise one that we did. They're actually, they're all really pretty, guys. I can link this set in the description box below too, if anybody is super eager or excited about these after seeing them. I am kind of, you think about these CSY paints. So let me put this on the plate here. I'm trying to remember how much this set was. It might have been like 15 for this set, 15 or 20. And you see how small the pans are compared to, you're getting over double, I would believe. And these pans, maybe not, maybe it's just about double. But this entire set was 23, 24 maybe. And you're getting double the colors too. So it's a really great value. This is super convenient for like travel and going places, throwing in your bag. But I am really impressed with the quality of these so far. We'll see how they dry and go from there. This one is a little bit lighter than what the balloon on the front of the book is. Again, I feel like I need to figure out if these actually have names, like color names, or if it's just the codes. If you guys know, let me know, because I don't know. If not, I'm going to create my own color system, because that's what I do. But they're so pretty. Okay, so there's like a video I see all the time when I get on Pinterest of somebody coloring a butterfly, and they're just like taking their brush across the butterfly, and it's so shimmery and beautiful, and you're using all these different colors. I've always wondered what the set is that they're using, but sometimes how these are coming off kind of reminds me of that. I don't know if this is the set that they used, but it makes me excited about using these in lots of coloring pages. Okay, this one is a little bit better, but I still think it's a little, we might have to try mixing these two and seeing, but let's do this dark one. I doubt this is going to be the one we go with. Well, I actually like this one more than this one. This one has a little bit too much like grass green for me. Let's try mixing these two. Let's do our first attempt at mixing. So we did this one. Just gonna put it here. Let me move my plate up a little bit so you can see this process. And then the lighter one. Let's see what we get with that. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we're gonna do that for the top section. This is gonna kind of have to just be like a little bit back and forth process, but that is okay. So the first section up here, I think I should have enough paint too, that'll be good, is the green color. You guys will have to let me know if you have this book and what you have enjoyed using as far as medium goes in the book. Right now, I feel like these watercolors are doing great. Move my page over because I don't have a piece of paper that's this big. I need to probably find something here. Okay. Very pretty. I went outside the lines a little bit, but it's all good. So the next one is orange. I just put my finger in the paint. Way to go, Ashley. Okay. So I feel like this is the only true like orange. We've got the golds that we'll need, but maybe we try these three and kind of see. I'm guessing one of these we'll use for the yellow section, and then we've got a purple section, and then the pink I'm guessing will be this light pink if I had to guess on it. By the time we get done with this balloon, guys, we're pretty much going to have tested all of the paints. I should have just done a swatch sheet. It's fine. It's all good. Yeah, it's a little bit darker than what is on the page. Let's try this one. This one's very gold in my opinion, but that one could work because I think we could go more yellow for the next one. This has got a lot of bronze in it. That's really pretty though. Okay, so out of these three for the orange, I think I'm gonna go with this one. That over there. Well, I hope everyone has had a wonderful week of coloring. It was the end of the month, which means all the completed pages came out, and I've really enjoyed starting to watch all of your videos. If you have a completed pages video, leave it in the comments so that I can see it, because I know that I don't see them. Even though I go and try to just search for completed pages, I know there's so many more videos out there that I'm missing. And I really just love seeing everyone's creations and unique styles and what you guys choose to do. I love seeing how, every person looks at a page and completes it differently. I just think that's awesome. So yeah, please feel free to leave the link to your video in the comments so I can watch it if I haven't already. This is pretty too, guys. Well, this has been fun just to like make this be my little test page, but also get to try out all of these new paints. I just hope that the shimmer payoff is coming through on the camera, because it is just like incredible. See if I can hold it up. I don't know if that will make any difference, but it's just amazing. It's so pretty. Okay. And you know me, I like I like my sparkle. All right, so now we need to try some purples. So let me move this off again. Bring our little testing page back. I'm gonna wipe my plate too so I can have room for other colors. So we've got 2 purple colors. Let's see if you can see those. I'm guessing it's gonna be the lighter one that we go with. Yeah, I think that will be perfect. But we will test out the more magenta purple too. So pretty. Well, I always wanted to like try the Caleros because I see everybody using those, but I really feel like these shine just as much as I have seen the Caleros shine. Again, I've never used them, so I can't compare. But if you are looking for like a beginner set and want to spend a lot less money, I would highly recommend this set, because this color payoff, again, I hope that you can see how beautiful these paints are. They're just gorgeous. And I kind of wish I had the bigger set now, but we'll wait till the next, fun day where I can get a few new coloring supplies. Okay, so let's go with the lighter purple color. Let's bring my book back over here. So yeah, so everybody's completed pages are coming up. I think that's so exciting. I do have a new little series I'm starting this week. My first episode should be out this Saturday, so be looking for that. I think it's going to be kind of fun, especially if you love talking about coloring supplies, and you like seeing different mediums. Definitely check that out. I have my second episode of Let Your Light Shine up now. So if you haven't seen that, I would love for you to take a minute to check that out, and I would really appreciate that. I'm just really hopeful that you guys will join me in the creation process and the mindful process of just creating, and taking that time for ourselves, because kind of like what I was telling you at the beginning, part of what I've gotten into is a lot more mindfulness time. So kind of combining that with the coloring has been such a blessing and an outlet for me this last year. But I have always been a big like gratitude, mindful person. And so I'm kind of bridging those 2 things together and just encouraging all of us to take, a break for a short time, not for a long time, but a break from our coloring pages just to color outside the lines, just to kind of be brave and take up our space in a new way. and to get more familiar not only with our supplies and our coloring mediums that we love, but more importantly with ourselves. Because I think as we navigate that relationship with ourselves, that will come out on our pages too. And not just our pages, it will come out in our life. I think that there's probably been times in your life where people have seen you that haven't seen you for a while and they're like, hey, what are you doing? What's new? Like, you seem like you're just really happy, or you're just kind of shining brighter, or whatever. I think when we are in tune with ourselves and when we have taken time to work on that just as much as we do some of the other things in life, that really shines through in a multitude of capacities and a multitude of ways. So yeah, I would love for you. I'm excited about the series and I'm kind of really eager to see where it goes, um, because I hope that it, evolves. I hope it doesn't stay where it is right now. I hope that I just continue to evolve with it. And I hope you do too. I hope that we can celebrate each other's growth and exciting things that happen as we continue to connect with ourselves and shine the brightest we possibly can in our lives and celebrate each other's brightness along the way. Because if you haven't seen a video with me yet, my whole thing is be brave, take up your space, and shine only as you can in this world, because there's only one you and nobody else can shine for you. But also, nobody can take your sparkle and your shine away unless you allow them to. So just be who you are. The world needs you. There's no one else like you, and there's room for all of us to shine. I tell my kids all the time, and if you've been around, you know this. You will never walk outside at night and look up into the star-filled sky and say, I just don't think there's enough room for that star. There is enough room for all of us to shine. And we need to allow each other to show up and shine how we were created to shine. So don't get stuck in the downhill spiral of seeing other people do things and being like, oh, I wish I could do that, or oh, I wish I, was better at this, or whatnot. Like, really just dive into what you can do. Because I promise you, there are things that you have through your gifts and your talents that no one else has. And your combination of those gifts and talents are what make you so unique. So don't ever stop shining. All right. Now we're going to do some pinks. Then I'll probably stop. I feel like the video is getting a little long. But we will probably continue working on this page, and hopefully I can show you a little bit either at the end of this video. I'll kind of work on it maybe while I'm editing, and I can show you where I've gotten to. If you guys want to see these paints in a different way, or if you want me to do a full swatch with you after I name them, let me know. I'd be happy to do that. I don't know, maybe this is enough of a swatch experience for you. Sometimes people want to see different things, so just let me know. I'd be happy to do that. Ooh, now the choice, the light pink or the darker pink. I think I'm gonna go with the light pink, and if I don't like it, then I'll add some darker pink on top. How about that? So what do you guys have going on this week? What pages are you working on? Are you guys doing any hashtags this month? Any group colors or buddy colors? I'd love to hear what's something that you're excited for this month. What's something that's making you be like so excited to jump in the process, like Allie talked about, to get those coloring books out and just enjoy the journey of creating the page. Let me know in the comments. What is your joy right now? Where are you finding that joy in your coloring or in your creating, or in your life. If you're here and you're just here for the vibes, and you're not a colorist, like where are you finding that joy? What's giving you that spark of like, let's go do this? But I'm going to stop there. I hope you go amazing places this week. I hope you do amazing things. I hope that you show up brave and you take up your space and you shine only as you can in this world, friend. I am sending you all my love and light. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.